Hey everybody, welcome to Laura's Sketches ReImagined. This is our sketch for this Wednesday, and we're going to play a little bit with the orientations of the photos, and we're going to move the photos around a little bit. So we are going to be playing with the brand new Pinkfresh Studio Some Days collection, which I am obsessed with and love. We are also going to be playing with some stamps and some dies from Pinkfresh Studio. So I'm going to start with these dies. I want to use this edge die and some 6x6 papers to create the background that's shown on the sketch. For my photo, I have a nice piece of a white cardstock here that I'm going to be working on today, and I want all the colors. So I wanted to use some of these amazing colors that are in this kit, in this collection. I just love them. You guys know I am like the biggest Kelly Perky fan. She does amazing work and design. So I was super excited to be able to really dig into this collections. You guys are probably going to get a bunch of extra videos this month in April, because I'm really digging into all of these beautiful new lines and new products and all of that. So I decided on these 3 patterns. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Sizzix, and I'm going to cut just one end of the 6x6 paper to give me a really cool edge to each of these 6x6 papers. Once I have those edges cut, I'm going to do a little more paper cutting. So the part of this layout, this sketch that I think I love the most is all the layers of papers. There's loads of them. And so I want to go ahead and use some more of these beautiful, colorful 12 by 12 patterns. And I'm going to use them in just small chunks and sections so I can take advantage of as many of them as I possibly can to create a really fun background style for my photo. So I'm just going to cut these papers. I have my sketch off to the right, and I am kind of just following exactly what is on the sketch and using exactly the way that the sketch is for this part of the layout. We are going to reimagine it. We're going to do a little spin, switch some stuff around. But for now, the part of the sketch that I really want to follow pretty exactly are all those paper layers behind the photos. So once I have all of these pattern papers cut, it's time to get them onto the page the way I would like them. So I'm going to fidget with them a little bit. This is why I really like the fact that I use a adhesive that allows me to kind of move stuff around and things like that, because I'm going to end up kind of playing around with these pattern papers till I'm happy with the way that they look and how they are organized. So one of the things I really wanted to do in the sketch, it shows 2 kind of bracket shapes that meet in the middle. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to do this more kind of banner shape, and then I want to set it up so we have this kind of like wonky, crooked pattern that goes down the middle, just for some extra interest and something different. And I think it turned out really good. I really like it. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to work on here, are these 6x6 pattern papers. Then you saw me kind of pull up and pull off and move around these different patterns here. It was because I realized that one green pattern is it's an alphabet. And if I did it the other way, which I kind of originally thought I would do, I was going to end up with upside down letters, which that doesn't work. So I'm going to place this red one down, and then that lovely kind of blue one. And you can see, like, when I chose my patterns, I was a little bit intentional in one respect. So I was intentional in the fact that multicolored pattern is going to have a nice big section of it on the layout, because all the rest of the colors that are in the collection come from that big multicolor pattern paper. So all the other colors that I have on this page, the rest of them come. So I come from that multi-pattern paper. I hope that I just said that correctly because I feel like I really didn't. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to fishtail the ends of this. So then we have 2 areas of the pattern paper with all the colors. And then that helps the rest of the more solid color patterns play nice together. So you can see how I'm doing this layering. I think these layers turned out so fun. And of course my tape runner went out and we are back in business. So here come the photos. I'm not going to mat them. I have all that color behind them. I don't need to mat them. But one is landscape and one is portrait. We're going to work in our title and use that to our advantage. These photos are of my son Logan. He's 14. This was his 8th grade school orientation in 2019. And I'm still going to try to continue on as we move into April. I'm going to try to continue on scrapbooking some of my son's layouts. Don't get me wrong, I've got a few girly layouts coming because I have new pictures of my nieces and new stories to scrapbook. But for today, we're going to work for a lot of this month. I think in April, we're going to try to get some of my boys' stories told. So I'm going through the ephemera pack now, and I'm picking out a couple of ephemera pieces that I think are going to work well for the idea that I have. I'm going to choose some labels and some die cuts, and I'm also going to choose 2 kind of larger journaling blocks that are going to tuck in over by my son's photo. So we're going to do this layout almost like we're going to use stamps to tell our story and our journaling. We're going to use it for both. Because the story is short but funny. And I also think that there is so many elements of this collection that went with the story in the photo that I didn't really need to get a handwriting in. So I'm going to do a title. I'm going to do a title as kind of part of my journaling. And you'll see as we work along how that is all going to come together and work. But for now, I'm just going to go through and grab some of these ephemera pieces. I'm going to start by putting a little bit of twine through that tag and popping it onto this side. So I'm going to start with the clusters that are going to be on the right of this page. I'm going to go ahead and add this little circle that says documents. The tag says snapshots of today, and then I'm going to put these little label stickers on, kind of a little bit wonky, but on the side. And then we're going to do some journaling or some stamping. So this stamp set is an old one from my stash. It's from Gossamer Blue, and they are no longer in business. So I know you can't get this stamp set anymore. So I have this one that says back to school. I'm going to use that one. And then I don't remember what the second stamp said. It said something pretty kind of generic. I think it says something like, this is the story, or something like that. It says, for the record. That's what that second one said. I am going to stamp these 2 stamps using one of my new Paper Person inks, which is called Goldenrod. So the Paper Person inks that I purchased Ginger Snap, Goldenrod, and Tomato Soup. And I love them. I'm definitely going to be grabbing a couple more of the Paper Person inks every time that I place an order with my kit, because they match the colors so well. If you've watched a lot of my Paper Person videos, you know that sometimes I'm having a bit of trouble with my Catherine Pooler inks, matching them up to stamp with my Paper Person kits. And the same colors that are in the Paper Person kits are in this Some Days from Pinkfresh Studio line. So they're like perfect color matches for these. So I am definitely going to just kind of keep going and grabbing them, because they are a set of like truly well manufactured, very nice ink pads that perfectly match these colors. So I stamped my 2 stamps, and now I'm just going to clean them off, put them away, and now we're going to do a bit more stamping in that section beside my portrait photo. This is the Colette alphabet stamp from the Paper Person shop. I don't believe they're in stock anymore, but they're a nice small stamp set. I'm stamping using tomato soup ink from the Paper Person. It's that perfect shade of like orangey red. And I know that I'm going to get a ton of use out of this color for sure. I'm just using that stamp. I'm going to stamp out caught taking pictures at. So the blue tag says caught taking, and then the pink one I'm going to stamp pictures at, and then I'm going to finish off kind of my title with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the pink and the blue stamped pieces down. And I'm going to grab the puffy stickers that are part of the Some Days collection kit, and I'm going to spell out school orientation. And it's going to fit because these puffy stickers are like tall, a little tall, but they're super skinny. So big words like orientation suddenly aren't big words anymore, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and use the puffy stickers. And so let's talk about the photo. This is when we were at his 8th grade school orientation, and I was trying to surreptitiously snap pictures of him, and the first photo of his is of him taking notes and listening and paying attention, and the second photo is the look he gave me when he turned around and caught me taking pictures. So I wanted to make sure to put in, that we were at school orientation. It was 8th grade, but the real kind of cute, funny story is the look he gave me when he caught me taking pictures. So our title / journaling is caught taking pictures at school orientation. I guess really the title would be school orientation. And then kind of like the journaling would be the caught taking pictures at school orientation. So I am going to grab some of these tiny circles. I'm sorry I'm saying so a lot today. Maybe it's just, the word of the day. I don't know. I'm going to grab these 2 little circles, and then I'm going to grab some puffy stars, and then I'm looking at all of the phrases because I know there are phrases that will be perfect to go with my photo here. So below the photo, I put 2 puffy stickers. One says deep breath. The other one says everything is fine, because you see his face. And then over on the other side, I chose a puffy sticker that says you're doing great, sweetie. And I'm going to add a cardstock sticker below it that says totally over it, because just his face. You'll see them in the close-ups, and you'll even see his face in the close-up. He was so annoyed I was taking pictures, but he couldn't talk or say anything because it was the middle of school orientation and he was supposed to be paying attention. So here are all of the close-ups of this page. Thank you so much for stopping in this evening, spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed this process video and my project. I will see you all again tomorrow morning, first thing, because tomorrow is April 1st, and it is time for our YouTube Pop with the Cherry on Top design team. Bye!